Welcome to New Sky TV videos. Today I would like to introduce to you gentle stories about love and sweet moments of famous people. The truth about Yang and Yang Miemie netizens are hotly discussing. Does Yang really love Yang Miemie? Here comes the answer. Yang and Yang Miemie love each other forever in today's short drama world. When it comes to Yang and Yang Miemie, the top CP, almost everyone knows and loves them. From The Promise Under the Moonlight to When the Wind Blows Again, they have repeatedly used their acting skills and chemistry to pull the audience into the world of pink bubbles. But what is their relationship outside the play? Does Yang really love Yang Miemie? Recently, Yang accidentally revealed in a live broadcast, "When she smiles, I forget everything." This sentence instantly set off the internet, and netizens said, "Isn't this true love? Don't hide it anymore, make it public." Some careful netizens even dug out that the two were privately photographed eating and visiting exhibitions together many times, and even when Yang Miemie was sick, Yang rushed back from the crew overnight just to accompany her to see a doctor. These details are even sweeter than idol dramas. Yang and Yang Miemie are not just screen lovers, but more like the most gentle support in each other's lives. I sincerely hope that they can always be happy and continue to write their own love legend in and out of the play. The main evidence that Yang and Yang Miemie were questioned whether they were acting out of fake play was almost all in their intimate interactions at work, their undisclosed romances, and the outside world speculation about their relationship. What really made netizens completely overwhelmed was their seemingly inadvertent but detailed interactions. Whether it was the eye contact in the tidbits or the extra second of stay on the podium, people couldn't help but wonder, this is not acting, it is clearly the true feelings that can't be concealed. Especially in an offline fan meeting, Yang Miemie almost fell on the stage, and Yang subconsciously stepped forward to support her and asked softly, "Are you okay?" At that moment, the whole audience was boiling, and the barrage was swiped across the screen. This is not acting, this is true love. Perhaps, the relationship between them has long surpassed the screen and become an irreplaceable part of each other's lives. True or false is no longer important. What is important is that kind of gentleness and tacit understanding, which no one can act out. Why do young people nowadays really like uncles? Once upon a time, the tall, rich and handsome young men in idol dramas were the ideal type in the hearts of young people. But now, the uncle trend has quietly emerged, and common charming mature men have become the new favorite. Yue, Zhuyan, Zhang Songwen, and the Yang Miemie combination that has recently become popular because of My Altai all confirm a trend. Young people are increasingly appreciating the charm of uncles. This change actually reflects the deep changes in young people's views on marriage and love. Compared with appearance and passion, young people today pay more attention to emotional value, a sense of stability in life and spiritual companionship. Uncles are usually more experienced, tolerant, and not easily emotional, which can give young people a sense of inner security. In a fast-paced and increasingly uncertain society, this reliable gentleness is more lasting and moving than temporary hormones. In addition, with the awakening of women's self-awareness and the enrichment of social experience, more and more young people are beginning to pursue spiritual resonance and mature dialogue instead of blindly indulging in the appearance of youth. This generation of young people no longer judge heroes by appearance alone. What they want is empathy, responsibility and deep connection. The reason why uncles are popular is that they just respond to the real emotional needs of this generation. Why do young people of this generation begin to really like uncles? Once upon a time, the little milk dog in idol dramas was the ideal type, but now it has been quietly replaced by the uncle type. Zhuyan, Zhang Songwen, and even the Yang Miemie combination that became popular in My Altai are the epitome of this trend. Young people are no longer obsessed with hormonal enthusiasm, but begin to prefer calm human tranquilizers. For example, Yang can stabilize Yang Miemie's collapsed emotions with 3 sentences when she is anxious, and humorously fight back to protect his girlfriend when black fans besiege her. This kind of comforting trait is particularly scarce in a high-pressure society. Compared with appearance and passion, contemporary young people pay more attention to emotional value, spiritual companionship and stability. Behind this is a quiet change in the concepts of marriage and love. They no longer blindly pursue romantic excitement, but tend to look for partners who can weather the storm together. The maturity, tolerance, and emotional control of uncle just respond to the contemporary young people's deep desire for security and resonance. Looking at their careers, this couple has turned their love brain into productivity. The single short play Kiss and You Can Talk has been broadcast over 23.56 million times, and Rose and I, Always Be the Princess has attracted 40.19 million views. The conversion rate of live streaming has soared by 30%, and even the impromptu performances have been imitated by the industry because of their true feelings. While others are still struggling with Is 9 years old too old, they have already turned the age difference into a career booster. Behind the uncle fragrance is the return of the aesthetics of the times. Compared with the superficial hormonal impulse, people now know how to cherish the gentleness and firmness of I am here, don't be afraid. Once upon a time, Little Milk Dog was the ideal type, and now Human Uncle has quietly become popular. In my Altai, the popularity of the combination of Yulong and Yang Miemie is not just as simple as contrasting cuteness, but also reflects the huge change in young people's views on marriage and love. Yulong can stabilize Yang Miemie's acting skills with 3 sentences when she is anxious, and can resolve the storm with a humorous sentence when black fans besiege her and protect his girlfriend. This kind of human tranquilizer is precisely the most scarce emotional value in a high-pressure society. Young people are no longer obsessed with passionate love, but value stability, empathy, and mature sense of security. In their careers, this couple has turned love brain into productivity. Kiss and Talk has been broadcast over 23.56 million times, and Rose and I, Always Be the Princess has attracted 40.19 million traffic. The conversion rate of live broadcasting with goods has soared by 30%, and the impromptu performance has been imitated by the industry because of true feelings. When others are still struggling with Is 9 years old too old, they have already turned the age difference into a career booster. Behind the uncle fragrance is the return of the aesthetics of the times. Compared with the superficial hormonal impulse, people now know how to cherish the gentleness and firmness of I am here, don't be afraid. During a live broadcast, Yang Miemie hugged her knees and chuckled. It turns out that being treated like a child is such a peace of mind. Off camera, Yulong quietly turned up the air conditioner by 2 degrees. While the whole network is still arguing whether 9 years old is considered old cow eating tender grass, they have already lived their lives like warming red dates and ginger tea in a thermos cup. Outsiders smell it as medicine, but only those who drink it know how warm it is. Uncle Fragrance is not about age, but the thoughtfulness and sense of proportion hidden in the details when the camera is turned on. Yulong always glances at Yang Miemie's position first, then slyly turns sideways to make more camera space for her, and Yang Miemie habitually looks at him, and waits for him to speak before answering, as if they have already formed a tacit rhythm. During a live broadcast, Yang Miemie was so cold that she kept rubbing her hands because the weather suddenly cooled down, and she smiled and said, "I'm not afraid of the cold." The next second, Yulong stood up and left the camera, and when he came back, he handed her a cup of freshly poured hot water. Netizens joked, "This is the behavior of a real father," and some people sighed, "This is not love, but the softest care in the details of life." What is more touching is the tacit understanding beyond words. When Yang Miemie lost the game and was punished, she said coquettishly, "Change it," and he smiled and cooperated, "Okay, I'll listen to you." This kind of emotional interaction without noise or publicity is more real and more durable than any famous scene of lovers. They are in no hurry to define each other, and the audience gradually understands between guessing and envying. It turns out that a truly moving relationship does not have to be announced with fanfare, but is hidden in every silent care.